Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode in our Research Essentials series for Year 7 to 10. Today I'm very excited, I'm filming from inside the La Trobe reading room. It's the first time I've been able to come into the library for a few months, so I'm really excited to be doing this recording in here today. Today we're focusing on the next steps in your research, so going beyond Google. We've looked in previous episodes about how we can use Google effectively, using search terms, domain endings, applying the crappy test when you find appropriate websites, but today is all about going beyond Google and taking that next step in your research. We're going to focus specifically on how to use the State Library catalogue. Let's get started. Okay, so here I am at the State Library of Victoria website. Now, your one-stop shop for research, the one thing you need to remember when you come to our site is this Search and Discover tab. If you're on an iPad, just click on the blue box and make sure you're in landscape mode. It makes it easier to navigate. So I click on Search and Discover, scroll down, and we've got our catalogue search. So that's everything that we have in our collection at the State Library. You can find out about it through this search. We've got digital image pool. So all of these images you won't be able to find on Google Images. So they're images from our State Library collection. Then we've got research guides and databases. So the research guides and databases are probably more for VCE students, but you might be able to explore them in Year 7, 8, 9 and 10 as well. So if we go to our catalogue search, we say we're studying something like Ned Kelly, which we've used as an example in the other episodes as well. So when we search our catalogue, we need to keep our search terms quite broad. So if we want to understand how Ned Kelly felt about the police, for example, we wouldn't necessarily type Ned Kelly police. We'd probably just type Ned Kelly to start with, and then we will use refining tools later to delve into that a bit more deeply. So let me show you an example. We type in Ned Kelly and click search. So this search has shown us everything that we have in the State Library collection to do with Ned Kelly. Now what we do next is use these refining tools on the right hand side. This is really important. So this will narrow down your search to find what you actually need. So at the moment, it's a bit tricky to get into the library. So we can click online items over here, and that will just show us everything that you have available to you at school or from home. You can also choose your resource type. So let's say you want some pictures to do with Ned Kelly. You could find things in here by clicking pictures, and most of these things are not available through things like Google image searches and stuff like that. So you're already going one step further. So you can see here, these are all the pictures that we have to do with Ned Kelly. Let's say I want to find a primary source about Ned Kelly. So that's something that's directly from him or from that time period. So what I could do here is I don't want pictures anymore. I want a different resource type. I want manuscripts. So manu means hand and script means written. So manuscripts is handwritten, and it's likely there might be a primary source under manuscripts. And I can see here the first thing that comes up is letter written by Joe Byrne at the dictation of Ned Kelly. So that means that this is essentially a letter from Ned Kelly. So this is a primary source. So if I click on it, I just need to click this little link to online source. So sometimes you can sort of miss that. I've got the letter here. So this is Joe Byrne's actual writing, and Joe Byrne was in the Kelly gang, and the dictation of Ned Kelly, so it means that Ned Kelly said and Joe Byrne wrote it down, what Ned Kelly was saying. So that's pretty cool because it's from the actual time period. Now, I'd be pretty impressed if you can read this writing here. So what we've got is this really nifty tool, transcript. So you click on transcript, and someone has typed it out for us. Click proceed, and then scroll down, and here's the actual letter. It's known as the Jerilderie letter. I can scroll down. Now, we were talking about wanting to know how Ned Kelly felt about the police. So if I don't want to read the entire letter, I could use that little trick we talked about in the first episode, actually, the Control F trick, or Command F if you're on a Mac. So I hold down Control and F, and it brings up this little search bar over here, and I just type in police. I can see the police are mentioned 45 times. So I can go through those different mentions and see if I can find out, how did Ned Kelly really feel about the police, and why did he feel that way in his own words? So you can see here at one point where he mentions the police, I just went back a bit, he calls them big, ugly, fat-necked, wombat-headed, big-bellied, magpie-legged, narrow-hipped. So he didn't really like the police by the sounds of it. I hope you enjoyed that episode about how to use the State Library catalogue to take your research to that next level and go beyond Google. The next episode, we're going to look at other websites that can take you to fascinating primary sources and other types of sources that do take you that next step with your research. Thanks everyone, see you next week.